Yeah? This is English again? Yeah? No, this is Chinese.
Martin from Hong Kong Center, should we avoid genetically manipulated food and vegetable? Because this may be an unplanned human interference in God's plans.
What did they do?
Well, I'm not a gene scientist, so in detail I don't know, but the principle is that you change the genetic code in order to make vegetable more resistant against insects, for example. That's one example, or to be a more fruit, like rice, for example.
Mm-hmm. A lot of people are against it.
Yes.
Do you know the reason why? A lot of people protest, even Prince Charles and many people are against that. Does anybody know why? So that everyone can understand why.
I think the reason is that many believe that it interferes with God's plans and nature.
Mm-hmm. That's it?
And it poses some risk, some health risk, which we don't know at the moment.
Like what?
Like that when we eat this, then our own genetic code maybe get some influence from that.
Uh-huh. What did they do to alter the code of the vegetable? Do you know, by the way? Anybody know? Yeah, come here. If you know, come up here. Come here and we have a nice discussion for a change. Yeah, now you answer. I pose question. Come up here, two of you. There were two persons who want to talk about this. Anyone else? Anyone else who knows about this? Come up here and give the public some knowledge about this much discussed and least understood subject. Come up here, honey. Come up here. Yeah. You could have brought your own cushion to be comfortable as well if you want to. It might be very cold there. Is it cold?
No.
No, oh, fine. Just sit there, yeah. Anyone help bring the cushion, please? Okay. You want to answer this? What did they do?
I wait for the sister.
Yeah.
What I know about genetically modified food is that they're actually splicing DNA cells, and they can actually now splice animal DNA cells into
the food. That's what
so
people don't like.
So that's part of the problem.
Yeah.
Is that vegetarians won't even know if they're eating something that has animal product in it.
Yes, that's what people protested. Yes.
And the other thing is that they haven't done enough testing, and that they're finding some of the things that they've put into, say, corn, for instance, to protect it from corn bolls. I think they are those. An insect that attacks corn. Well, what's happening now is that when the corn pollinates, the monarch butterflies, which are maybe miles away, but the pollination from the corn plants with this insect poison in it, are eating other plants they're collecting the pollen off of other types of plants that have corn pollen on it, and they're dying by the thousands.
Yes.
So it hasn't been tested enough, and there's too many repercussions.
Mm-hmm. That's what I thought. Anything else, honey?
I think she said it all.
Anything else? Anything else you need to let us know?
Sometimes the modified plants, they also mix with the normal plants, and then the whole crop changes, and maybe there will be no more normal plants of this kind. If the modified plants mix the pollen.
Then no more normal plants.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Yes.
And one time I heard that they tried it with some modified, I think soya beans or something, and actually the crop they got was less than ordinary, and many plants died, and it even kind of poisoned the soil.
Yes. And they infest the neighboring miles away farm.
Yeah. And they're breeding the seeds so that the seeds will not reproduce, so that every year you can't go out and take the seeds from your crop and replant them. The seeds terminate after 1 year, so that they're only good for 1 year, and they're patenting the seeds so that the seeds are no longer owned by you. They're owned by the corporations that have the patents on the genetic
right.
modified food.
My goodness. Yes, she wants to say something more.
And I also heard that they kill the insects, like the ones that are damaging. But sometimes they kill all kinds of good insects too, or even birds.
Yes.
And it's not controllable.
What do you think is the damage caused by the genetic modified vegetable? So, from what we have heard now, you think why people protest?
Well, from the vegetarian point of view, it's mainly these animal cells which get into the plants.
I have a question for the sister.
Yeah.
Now, if the corn were genetically identical, wouldn't that be more prone to diseases if they were grown in masses? Wouldn't they be more prone to diseases?
I missed the first part.
If every crop were to be identical, wouldn't each crop be more prone to a disease?
Actually, they've done some research on that many years ago, back in the 40s, when they were first starting to do like pesticides and herbicides. They had one field that they'd been growing pesticide-induced crops, and one field that was pure organic. And they tested seeds that were organic seeds and then inorganic seeds. And the seeds planted in organic soil did much, much better than any of the others. And right after that, they had like a huge swarm of something like locusts or something like that. And the organic seeds in the organic soil had a much higher survival rate than any of the other, ones with pesticides or herbicides or any sorts of additives. And so the strongest, healthiest plant is the one that's grown from an organic seed in organic soil.
I mean, naturally grown. Yeah, that's for the test. Actually, I have grown some organic in Mali, and it's eaten all by the worms. We don't spray anything. Yeah, we eat with them too, whatever left over, but not much. Yeah. Sometimes, actually, we survive up to now without any genetic food, so I don't know why. But you see, because most people out there, they are not vegetarian also, you see? So they see in the point of profit, yes. And they also argue that if they grow genetically modified food, they will have a lot more food and the hungry people will be fed. Theoretically speaking, maybe it sounds good, but we have not tested far enough to know how beneficial or how damaging can it be. But the point is, if they ingest them with animal DNA, then we should not eat them. Yeah, we should not eat them to begin with. Yeah, we just find those normal food to eat. Yeah, but luckily, a lot of farmers and government representatives, they're against it.
I think that I read an article where the governments are very afraid of world hunger. And right now, if you project out, the birth rate and the available soil and all that, it looks like there's going to be world hunger in a number of years. But the article noted that, again, the same arguments that, it takes like between 9 and 30 pounds of grain to make 1 pound of beef. And so if we switch to a vegetarian diet, then those arguments go away.
That's the best. That's the best. Everybody knows that. I mean, a lot of people know that. Not everybody knows that. Some people ignore it. But that's the fact. That we waste so much food and grain and water and medicine and time and energy and manpower just to cultivate animal meat. Whereas if we just eat whatever that's there already without having to use that to feed the animals, then we have enough to feed everybody. We should never have any hunger in this planet. We have more than enough. Before we even discuss genetic food, we are already fully fed. If we really are cooperating and more selfless, just like beings in many other planets. Other planets, they don't have hunger because they share. They never think anything that truly belongs to them. Yeah, they just take care of it. Yeah. Before, we used to look for vegetarian diet. There's no egg and all that. And still sometimes we're still in danger. Because they mix things in everything. Even bread, sometimes they put egg in it. It's just a simple ice cream. Every kid's favorite, they put egg in it. And you never know which one don't have sometimes. It's like just very, for example, very simple thing, basic thing. And sometimes like a normal thing, a marshmallow, just very simple kid stuff, yeah? Or even apple pie or any pie, they put egg in it. Even bread, just a basic thing. So sometimes I already thought we just have to bake our own food and now we probably look like we have to grow our own vegetable. Oh my God. Look like we have to buy an island somewhere and go there and hide together and yeah. And grow our own food. But that's what people do in the old time. That's how different nations have been born. You see what I mean? For example, Japan, they speak different, but when they're writing, 80% of the Chinese understand them. And when the Chinese write 80%, they understand, the Japanese understand 80%. See what I mean? Yeah. It wasn't Japan. It was probably just an island, and then some Chinese people go there, and they make their symbol of the nation is the sun, Maybe some practitioner went there before, yeah? Symbol of the light. And then beginning, and later we lost the tradition, for example, like that.
In Austria, they have part of the produce organic, and they even have it in the supermarket, and it's very popular. They cannot meet the demand.
Okay.
So more people are doing it.
Oh, good. Then
accept it.
I know what to do now. We switch into planting organic food and earn money. Okay, that's good.
1% of the world's produce is organic, and 99% of it comes from the United States right now.
Well, I see organic food also in different supermarkets. That's just a small section. They write organic. And there is a group, they also grow their own food, make everything, remember? What's the name? The what? The Amish. Oh, yes. Yeah. But you have to really be very devoted, yeah, and forsake many of the fun of the city life. Because most of farming cannot be done near the city, yeah? If you don't want to do farming, you have to buy land in far away, it's cheaper.
There's something called the fishy strawberry or the strawberry fish, where they've crossbred a fish with a strawberry in order to make the strawberry impervious to cold.
Well, what mustard? I think like 95 or even 98% we eat today
Genetically
modified. And I think the government, they have a regulation that you cannot just modify any tree and go sell to the public. So I think look at the brighter side, that the government control these regulations because the world hunger. If we can make a genetic code that that combat all the insects, produce more and more, helps all the hungry people in the third world country. I think that's a better side.
Fine, but do they stop the hunger right now since the genetic modified food? No. But this is a good positive side. Go on eating your apple and it's no problem, and she's going to organic, each have their own right. Yes, ma'am.
Right now, I think the FDA is the one that people have been trying to get to label this, and if they do ever label it, it'll come to an end fast, I'm sure. It's been a couple of years, people have been trying to get them to label it.
Yes,
but
they should.
Right now on the internet even, they have their own web page, and they're welcoming comments. Mm-hmm. And what everyone really should do is write. If they had like millions of people writing, or thousands, hundreds of thousands, it would get, as long as we get it labeled, then it will take care of itself.
Yes. So at least we know which one is what. Yeah, they should be honest, because I know a lot of people don't know which one is organic, which one is not. Because not all of them which is not written organic are all modified food, you see? And a lot of people cannot afford the organic price sometimes, so they should label them. That's true.
And they're also rewriting the organic qualifications or whatever, and that's all on the website. That's what they're asking for comments on too. I'm not sure if they're rewriting it to be better or worse. I didn't really read it that much, but if anyone can tune into it.
Okay, you tune into it and you write your opinion. All right? Tell them to label all the organic and all the, at least the modified food, so we know which one is what, with animal or not animal. Now we'll be extremely busy. Oh my God, before we go to the food store, we have to read which one have what animal and egg. And now we have to go to the fruit store and read the apple, what kind of DNA is in there. We'll be very busy. You have no more time to worry and to, flare your temper, nothing anymore. That's good. The world will be peaceful. Anything else? So now you know why. Now you make your own choice. Yeah? You know all the reason, and you know all the, the content of the different food. You know what to do. Yeah.
In Europe, many people protested, and then
Yes.
actually they do label it in some supermarkets, in some big companies like food chains.
I know there are many big companies. They don't sell certain they don't buy certain food from modified food. Yeah, a lot of protests, and then a lot of them stop. Actually, a lot of experiment for genetic modified food has stopped because the people voice their opinion. You make your choice, okay? But the genetically modified food, has any bad effects so far? Bad effect, side effects. Maria.
I haven't read. There are several books out now. I haven't had a chance to read them.
Anybody knows?
I've read that sometimes they fear that people can have more allergies. Allergies.
Yes. Because it's so mixed up and the body don't know how to digest. Yeah.
I don't know what the side effects are, but supposedly 68%, I think, is the thing. 68% of our food has been grown this way for at least 2 years.
Only 2 years. Sometimes it doesn't show yet. Things sometimes take longer time to show the effect, right? Well, let's just hope that whatever it is, since it's already done, let's hope that the people won't have any bad effect. At least if it doesn't help, it doesn't harm. Since recently we have started the vegetarian diet, vegetarian kind of fashion, way of life, and a lot of people has been switched to vegetarian. And then the Maya has to invent modified animal DNA food. We were just happy that a lot of people turn into vegetarian. Even in America, 20% more every year. That's what I heard. And then I was so happy, yeah. And a lot of animal farm has turned into different farm, yeah.
In Austria, we have one initiate who is a farmer for organic vegetables.
Yeah.
And he has a little farm, and it's just about enough for, I think, maybe 20 families or something.
Oh, that's cool.
And it's nice because in summer we can have almost everything from him. And
that's good.
Tastes even much better.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. Yeah. If you don't have anything else to do, buy a little land somewhere and grow vegetable for us. You see, in Austria, that's what she was talking about. It's in her country, Austria. Austria, it is snow and it's cold like half a year.